Now, a lot of people are buzzing about the Ryan Moats story, NFL player, and he's going to see his dying mother-in-law, from what I understand, and the cops stop him and cause him all sorts of grief. Now, that's a quick summary. JR's going to break it down for us, though.
That's the breakdown, man. Ryan Moats, running back.
Where are they?
Oh, they are in Dallas, in the Dallas area.
Okay, and
so this is the Dallas Police Department that's chasing him. So this is a video. I mean, the cam that you'll see and the audio, everything is from, as you've seen in a lot of videos of cops doing idiot things to themselves. They have a camera and a audio recording everything that's happening in their dash.
All right, now he's rushing to the
hospital. He's rushing to the hospital and as he explains it in the video, but I'll give it away now. He's rushing to the hospital with his wife, and there's probably 4 people in this SUV as they pile out. It's probably his wife, another woman, and another guy, and then him.
Because they got noticed that
his mother-in-law, his wife's mother, is dying, and she's like last leg, and they're like, come in and get her.
14501 Montford at the Saxony apartment. Because of domestic. Now, this defendant said the male attacked her with some scissors, but he cut her hair, didn't cut her.
So far, pulling him over makes sense, right? Because he's breaking all sorts of laws and he's not stopping. But now, it's obvious he's gone into a hospital parking lot.
Get in there. Get in there. Let me see your hands. Get in there. Put your hands on the car. Do you understand? Echo 642. Get over. Fine, you say. Let me see your driver's license. You ran a red light.
My mother is dying right now.
That
doesn't
constitute running a red light.
So your mother's dying? I waited till no traffic was coming. I got seconds before she's gone, man.
Echo 642. I got Plano that just pulled up. Let me see your insurance for the car.
You go get it. I don't know where it's at.
What you go get it. I don't know your
business.
Neither do I.
God.
I need your insurance.
I don't know where it's at. I don't have insurance.
You don't have insurance?
Give me a ticket or whatever.
Okay, well, if I can't verify you have...
My mother's dying right now.
Listen.
You're wasting my time.
If I can't verify you have insurance, I'm going to tow the car. So you either find it, or I'm going to tow the car. At least
you're going to tow my car?
If you don't have insurance, I'm going to tow the car, so try to find it. Not right now.
So you're going to go through all this right now?
You busted through a red light, okay? Here, I'm going to let you have that form. I'm going to let you have this.
Payment taxes, I am legal. Here you go.
Good.
Check it all out.
Okay.
Check it all out.
Step back.
Check it out.
Step back.
Check it out. Check.
Do we have a problem?
We don't have a problem. My mother-in-law is dying right now. I don't understand why you can't understand.
Okay, listen to me.
I heard my lights on.
Listen. That doesn't matter. Okay, listen. You can either cooperate and settle that.
Go ahead.
Stop.
Check the insurance, man.
Stop talking. Stop talking.
Check the insurance.
You can either settle down and cooperate, or I can take you to jail.
What you asked for? You asked for
Listen.
insurance.
Settle down. Shut your mouth.
There you go.
Shut your mouth. You can cooperate and settle down, or I can just take you to jail for running a red light.
Go ahead.
Is that what you want to do?
Whatever. Go ahead.
Whatever. This is where you stop.
You think I'm going to stop when my wife's mother is dying?
You are required to stop.
Yes,
what you're doing does not matter.
Okay, yes, sir.
Red and blues, you have to stop.
Yes, sir.
I can charge you with fleeing right now.
Just check the insurance!
I understand what I can do.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I can take you to jail.
Yes,
I can tow your
Shut
truck.
up.
I can charge you with fleeing.
Yes, sir, you can.
Okay.
I understand. I understand what
I can make your night very difficult.
I hope you'd be a great person
Okay.
if I do that.
Okay, look, the funny thing is, in the beginning, I actually thought the cop wasn't that bad. I was surprised. I was like, you know what? I mean, the guy's running these red lights and the stop signs and stuff. He's got to pull him over, see what's happening, right? And he can't just let him go into the hospital. I mean, he's got to get his insurance, see what he's about. Maybe he's going to give him a ticket. Yeah, just the fact that you have your blinkers on doesn't mean you can run the red lights. I'm thinking it's not that bad, right? Where it got bad was when they kept going, and he's like, give me your insurance, and the guy gives him his insurance, and he's like, you know, I could do this, and I could do that. I'm thinking, you asked the dude for his insurance, just shut up and check the goddamn insurance and let him go in. And if you want to give him a ticket, like the guy said, give him a ticket. I mean, come on, right?
Yeah, it was, and that's when it all turned. He's like, okay, do we have to do this right now? I understand I did this. I understand that. Now, I know I read a red light. I stopped to make sure no traffic was coming. Yes, I know it's illegal. Yes, I will take a $300 ticket. I'm an NFL player. Fine, you know?
And he never even mentioned that he was an NFL player.
Never did.
Which was, you know, cool and stuff.
Yeah.
And then
most people be worried about having that expense. I'm sure he's fine, give me a ticket. Now, what he did start him, what made him, because first he didn't want to give him insurance, because he knew that would take too long. You know how long it takes when you get pulled over and cops run everything on you?
I know.
So the threat was, I'm going to tow your truck, I'm going to take you to jail, all this. Can you get taken to jail for running a red light, number one? Can your truck get towed because you're not showing insurance? No. All this stuff was made up in my mind. Maybe Texas laws are ridiculous, and I don't know about it.
The part where the cop really lost me is when he said, shut your mouth, right? And your attitude sucks. His mother-in-law, who I suspect he loves very much, is in the other room in the hospital, dying. How do you expect his attitude to be? And given that, I thought his attitude was pretty good. You know, I thought it was fairly reasonable. And JR, did she wind up dying?
I believe so. That was because it was definite. Because then the nurses came out, and then you can hear them finally talk to him, or EMT, whoever works in the hospital, and he leans over and kind of says, "So what's going on in there?" Like he doesn't know. Like he wasn't told 30 times just now what's going on. And they said, yeah, they need him in there to. They said something about a code blue or whatever they called it.
Right.
And they need him in there for. If they try to resuscitate, they need him for this, and that kind of la.
Come on, man. That's now that the cop is way beyond the bounds of reason.
There was 4 videos worth of this, each one 5 minutes long. I didn't go through all 4 of them. It must have continued forever.
I know. So don't get the idea that that's all the time that it took. It took much longer than that. JR edited it so that you got the relevant parts. And finally, on this front, his wife, man, that was ballsy. I mean, you're going to walk away from a cop. Let's keep it real, especially when you're black, right? He pulls you over, and they just, man, how many times did a cop shoot you under those circumstances?
Yeah, what it seemed like, I'm not sure which one his wife was. I assume the first woman who came out.
Yeah.
But she was kind of pushed away by her, I don't know, a family member or a friend, whoever was with her. And I was trying to figure, because she seemed upset that she was getting pushed away. I think she wanted to make sure her husband came, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was upset, but her friend was pushing her away, and probably correctly, because she was probably thinking, let's go now, because it's going to get worse, and he's not going to get in.
I would have been afraid to walk away there, because you never know with these cops, you know? I mean, how many videos have we seen of cops, like, being like, hey, I told you not to move, bang, oh, you know, what are you going to do? I mean, that's the end of it, right? I mean, what's the bottom line on JR? I mean, I don't think you fire the guy over it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the question. That's now this question. Will he get his job back? Will he be reinstated in his position because he's on administrative leave? Who knows?
I think administrative leave is not bad. Give him like a 2-week, about a 2 week with no pay, right? Because right now it's like when you were suspended in school and they're like, you're going to have to go home now and you can't come back to school. And I'm like, okay, and the downside of this is right now he's on vacation basically. They're still paying for him. Give him a couple of weeks without pay, and then I think he's learned his lesson, I hope, unless he's an idiot. And if you talk to him and he's a total, raging moron, then fire him. Does that make sense? But yeah. I don't think you fire him over this. I mean, it's stupid. It's unacceptable, but fire?
It's hard. It's just, I guess you'd have to see if he's done something similar, or at least doesn't look at